Hello and welcome back to the Dropout Dragon. Today we're going to be looking at the tactical class in Space Marine 2. This class excels at team support, finding out where the enemy is, and making them vulnerable, and excelling really at short to mid-range combat. You have many options for your guns, especially as you start moving on in your veterancy level. I am using the heavy bolt gun, which has a very consistent damage output at short to long range. You can see there's a little bit of a graphical glitch there that stables itself out in about 5 seconds where your teammates kind of jitter in and out of existence. I'm going to do the easy cap and grab D. A lot of people will skip that because they just want to headlong into combat, and I understand skulls for the skull throne and for the Emperor and all that stuff, but you really need to think about this tactically. This is a team-based game, especially if you're playing this class. You want to be revealing the enemy, and you don't really want to be going in headlong, and I make that mistake right here. I am following my teammates, but I'm not in the best position ever. I am really enjoying the fact that they're just going to let us back cap them with A right here. But unfortunately their scattered position has allowed one of them just to get right up behind me, and I'm like, okay, so they are a little bit all over the place, but we already have a very early lead because they just kind of let us take A. And you really just need to be looking over these points. You can't just take a point and move on unless it's your home point. There's another guy trying to back cap us right here. He's another tactical, and he wants to win that trade by getting me scanned, but it's just not going to work there. I'm just going to go ahead and blow his head off and not care about it because I got the jump on him and he wasn't looking. You really don't want to be out in the open with these lighter classes, especially ones that don't have immediate DPS value. But I get a huge scan on the enemy there because I just knew it. I could feel it through the fog, and I was like, no, I don't think so. One of those heavies here is going to panic because he's blinded and he's being shocked, and I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that by blowing his little toesies off, and he has a really bad time with that. A long shot, not liking that. I get kill assists. I'm very helpful. I gave that team the big debuff, and they just started eating damage. And right now, because we won that engagement, it's time to recap A and make them overcommit to it, which is exactly what they do. I get a nice little scan in here. Everybody knows what's going on. My teammate takes that Vanguard kick for me, which kind of throws the Vanguard off. I don't think he liked that at all because he kind of had me dead to rights. That guy has the least amount of health, so I'm going to go ahead and pick him off. And they are just overcommitting here. And while they're overcommitting, we have all the points, so we don't have to care. We have a massive point lead, which pretty much ensures our victory in the game because people will overcommit to points they don't need to be at. Moving with your team is such a great thing. And sometimes you can make plays like that guy just did, throwing a grenade at my feet, and I had no clue, and it just, boom, one-shots me. I don't think the frag grenades should be able to do that. It's my own personal opinion. But the crack grenade, sure, that's kind of lore-friendly. Frag grenades, not this class. Vanguards and scouts, sure, yeah, nuke away. But this class, I don't know if they should get nuked, but this guy definitely does. He gets blinded and shocked. I knew he was coming because my buddy had gotten shot, so I just kind of patiently waited with that grenade. He came around the corner and just ate it. Speaking of eating it, here's another sniper. He has to land 3 shots on me to kill if it's body shots. I believe it's 3 shots, but he landed none of those as headshots, and so I'm just going to go ahead and melt him down. This guy is not enjoying the engagement here. I'm just kind of blasting him out, using the stairs as cover. I'm kind of holding them there, keeping them there, because as long as they're... I don't have to kill them. I just have to let them know that I'm there, and then they won't just push on B, and we just keep this point lead. These games can go very fast if you play it right, and you can really start racking up your score and keep yourself nice and toasty in these corners. But they now know that guy's over there and I don't want to go that way, so they've started going in another position, so I'm going to move as well. And we go ahead and help my friend out. There's a little bit of frantic melee going on there. I'm going to go ahead and just take that dude's armor. I get a little clipped there, and I think, where are they at? And I make a decision here. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to where I was, and I'm looking around, and there was somebody else coming down that corridor. He thought I was gone, and so my buddy's already there. And then here's another one of the snipers. I can see through walls. He's gone invisible. He thinks I can't see him because he's a sniper class, but I've already scanned him, so he's having the worst time imaginable. I am just shutting down the sniper. The sniper class, I think, needs a little bit more damage on some of their weapons. It seems to me like, yes, the ability to go invisible is very great, and that's kind of a high skill ceiling, I'm just going to mix that word together. High skill ceiling thing to do is kind of have your map knowledge and where everybody is and then get behind them. You can do a lot of work that way, but in most of these more mid engagements, they kind of fall off in a nasty way. You saw earlier I had a nice little trade with that other guy. He killed me, I killed him. It was that afterlife scenario. I got a nice good scan, and I'm not pushing anything. I don't have to push anything. I can kind of stay in the middle. He does get to sneak around. He gave up on having a sniper rifle and moved right over to the SMG. I don't blame him. You can shift around your loadouts. I do recommend people do that because games may not go exactly your way with the weapon that you're using. This game clearly is going our way because we are just absolutely dominating in map control. They are having a lot of trouble with these objectives, and objectives is what wins games. And I get a little clip there on the side, and I didn't actually do anything about it. I was just too kill crazy. Don't get like that. That's a mistake. Don't do what I just did, because I really should have just moved out of that firing line as quickly as possible and hoped that teammates saw it or turn around and, I don't know, amazingly get headshots. But I'm not on PC, so that's not going to happen, and I'm just going to eat it there. But again, this team is overcommitting to A, they're overcommitting to B, and they're not doing any real flanking. I get flanked, but by that point, it's already too late, and they're being shot up and marked, and it doesn't really matter. I get another pretty good scan there. I got kind of lucky, and I'm just going to peek around this corner just a little bit, give that heavy some trouble. The heavy is a very, 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 very damage output class if they get it revved up. If they don't get it revved up, it doesn't matter. I go ahead and mark that guy, and it wouldn't matter, and it's over. See, really, really quick one. You can just kind of get in there, and if you can obtain the map control with your friends, easy. Easy, easy, easy. You can just kind of laugh about it. Tactical doesn't have to try very hard to do well. Tactical only needs to play its position. Debuff your enemies, choose a weapon that's a mid to short range, and look at that. You can score just like this, get your kills up, get your assists up, get those objectives, and just enjoy yourself, because that is what Tactical has to offer. It is the more bland of the different classes that you're running into, but it's definitely one that can assure that your team has a good time. Speaking of good time, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.